Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use Zoho CRM for beginners. So let's take a look at Zoho CRM, which is one of the best free CRM platforms out there. They do also have a wide suite of premium sales CRM tools that they do have available on their paid version. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at everything you need to know when it comes to getting started with Zoho CRM. We're going to be doing a step-by-step tutorial and how to use Zoho CRM for beginners so you can learn how to get started with this powerful customer relationship management software. That again, you can get started for free today. And if you do want to sign up, you can go ahead and do that quick. So we're going to be walking through all the different pricing plans, pros and cons, and everything you need to know to get started with Zoho CRM. And without further ado, let's dive into Zoho CRM. Now, Zoho has a wide variety of different types of small business tools. Now, their sales CRM with Zoho CRM is one of the most popular tools on their platform. However, they do also have a wide variety of other different types of products that I have covered here on the channel. Now, if we take a look at the pricing page, now before we dive into the pricing, I do want to clarify and mention as a quick pricing disclaimer is that pricing is always subject to change depending on when you're watching this video. Be sure to check out the pricing page to get the most realistic and up-to-date pricing. But as you can see here, we have Zoho CRM. They have a wide variety of different plans. They have the monthly plan as well as the yearly plan. And without further ado, let's go ahead and actually just take a look at the tools. So once you get signed up with Zoho CRM, you will come over to this page here on the welcome screen with Zoho CRM. Now you can choose to import your current information and migrate existing data as well as connect, some of your deals and configure the deal pipeline, invite team members as well as connect your email account. So you can do all that right from the beginning. We're going to go ahead and skip that when you actually have customers inside your CRM platform. So as you can see here, you have your contacts, you have a subject, due date, status, priority. So you really get a good idea of how everything gets set up. Now, this is a bit more advanced than what you would see from a traditional spreadsheet. You can see meetings that are going to be set up for your overall sales cycle. You can see leads, you can see deals that are closing this month along with the dollar amounts. So you can really get a good idea and grasp on like everything that's input here inside your platform. You can also see the overall pipeline deals by stage. You can see qualifying, needs analysis, value proposition, identify decision makers, proposal, price quote, and negotiation/review. You can get a good overview of your overall sales pipeline here with Zoho CRM. That's what you'll be greeted with here. Now, if we take a look here at the leads tab, which is the first section, obviously besides the homepage, you can see all the different leads that are going to come in here. Now, obviously, these are dummy emails and phone numbers, but you can see your lead name, the company name, email, phone, and lead source. As well as we scroll over, as well as the lead owner, of course, I'm just the only account in here. So if you did have multiple accounts that would show as different lead owners, you can also filter by touched records. If things have been, obviously touched or not touched, or if things have been filtered, you can filter by company name. So you can really get into city, overall annual revenue. So depending on how much data you import and add or really just provide with each of these customers, it will provide you with more information to then go and filter by in the future. If maybe you need to sort your leads and maybe filter by highest priority, you could filter by the data that you have provided on the customers and your contacts to then filter those records to what you need. You can also filter by open leads or unsubscribed leads, everything like that as well. And you can set to whether you want to see the custom filter or not. You can also go in here and create a manual lead as well as sync with other advertising tools such as like Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, TikTok ads as well. You can mass delete things, mass email everybody. We're going to go ahead and click create lead just to show you what that looks like if you're going to be creating a lead from scratch. And this is the data that you'll be provided with. So you can see you have first name, title, phone number, mobile device, lead source. You can track the lead source as well. If it was like online in-person chat, you can select that. Their cold call employee referral, you can set the industry. You can set that there as well. You can set annual revenue, email, opt-out, company name, last name, email, fax, website, lead status number, of employees rating, add the social media information address and a description. If you need to add maybe some additional description information too, in terms of lead status, you can mark things as like junk leads, lost leads, pre-qualified, all those kind of things in here as well. Attempt to contact in future so you can kind of really get a good grasp on where different leads are. You can also add an image here too, so you can also upload images if that might help you in terms of identifying different leads. So that's sort of what the lead process looks like. If we go over to the contracts page, you can then view contacts now. This is a little bit different from leads, although it's honestly fairly similar. Obviously, leads would be people that are coming into your business that are actually a lead that you need to sell to, whereas contact might just be like industry contacts, things like that. Or maybe people that you have already sold in the past, so maybe they have already closed the deal already. So maybe they're not like an active new lead or something like that, but maybe they're contacts and things that you maybe just need to add, and maybe it's somebody that you would contact again maybe in the future or something like that. It just depends on how you want to label things in your business. Obviously, like, you kind of do things however you would like, but they have the whole contact section as well as a separate section here. You can go in and create a contact essential. You're going to see a lot of similar types of things here. However, this might be someone like for a vendor, someone that sells parts for something else in your business. Maybe a contact is a little bit different from someone you're selling to directly as a lead in your business. A contact might be just someone who's kind of like an industry contact that you need to have in here that you might use maybe some of their information. Now, you can also mark them still as like a lead source as well, depending on how things are coming in your business. And you essentially have a lot of same types of information, right? It's a contact page, right? You can do a lot of the same types of filtering here. You can go through, do a lot of some types of things as well. You moving along inside the account section. This would be more for a specific business that you have an account with. Maybe in this case, as you can see here, this one, maybe you have already sold to this one. This would be the overall business account section, separate from leads and contacts. This is just the overall actual business that you are selling to, the company name and things like that. What you would have here, maybe you just have like a general company phone number in here, or maybe you want to have the actual contact person that you are speaking with. Just depends on how you want to enter things here. But you can also see overall accounts, a lot of the same types of filters. If you want to create a new account, it will then give you this option here, so you can set up a parent account. So really, this makes a lot of sense. If you're adding in the business details, this is more so the actual business account itself, not necessarily the contact person, because you are entering in the business information. If you go through here and add the ownership status, this would make sense. If you are maybe selling to government entities, or is this a private company, is this a public company, a partnership company, a subsidiary company, public, like, you want to mark that information here. Moving along here, we then have the deal section. So this is where you actually will see the total dollar values being assigned to specific deals that are coming through your overall sales pipeline. So you have things in the qualification stage, you have things in needs analysis, value proposition, identify, decision makers, proposal price, quote negotiation slash review, close one, close loss, and close loss to competition, obviously. So you can see if someone just is like not closing what's being closed, things like that. And you can track this overall in a very nice, easy Kanban view, in my opinion, sort of like how a project management tool would be operated. And you can easily drag this along here too. If you have qualification stage, you go to needs analysis and you can see that dollar amount will then track, migrate with the total dollar value that you're provided for that specific deal. You can also change the view here as well. If you don't like the Kanban view, you can go to list view and view it this way. I personally really like the Kanban view. That's kind of my favorite view across any type of online tool, just because for me it's very easy to see where everything is at inside the tool. It makes it very simple to get a good view. You can also set some canvas views as well. If you want to have like a table, so you can set a table view. The Kanban view is really, in my opinion, the most organized here in this section. That's why it's the default. But if we go to create a deal, this is what it would look like. You go in and add the deal name, the account you would assign, the account and the contact. So you have your account and contact, and then you would set the specific deal name and the state and probability, expected revenue, things like that. You can go in and add those details too. Next, we have the task section. So this is sort of like a specific task that you might have for a given lead, such as maybe call them, get approval from a manager, follow up, send a specific document, maybe competitor analysis, comparison document might be helpful, or if there is a certain webinar that you need to register for or something like that. You can see all those, a lot of those are going to be, approvals, or if you need to send them some videos about the product, things like that. Maybe if they have questions, you can put that all in here inside the tasks. You could use this as a sort of like a follow-up section to create tasks for yourself to log things. It just depends on how you want to go about doing it. To create a task, you just click here on create task. You have the owner, the due date, priority, essentially very similar to what a project management tool would look like, but this is inside the CRM, so you can attach it to those contacts, those accounts. So that's all that. Here we have the meeting section, which you can then view overall meetings that you have. So you can use like Zoho meeting and things like that, as well as just phone calls, or maybe this is an in-person meetings, things like that. A demo, depending on how you want to go about tracking things. You can go in and create a meeting. You can make an online meetings here as well, which is pretty cool. As you can see here, this will be powered by Zoho meeting and then sent to all participants at that scheduled time. So you can set up online meetings through here as well, which is pretty nice and easy to go ahead, or something like that. If we go moving along, we have the call section. So you can also create calls, follow up of the lead outbound call type. If we go to create a call, you can schedule a call, or you can log a call that you have already had. If we go in and log a call, you can see the call type, if it was missed, inbound, outbound. Now, in my opinion, it can be quite cumbersome to be logging every single call in here manually. So depending on how you have your account set up, you might be able to set some automations to get these calls. So set up automatically from your device. I would recommend maybe contacting the Zoho CRM support to get something like that set up for you in your business. If we move along to services, we can also do that here. Now, this is a separate tool that you would have to enable, which is sort of like you're setting up the automated services. Like in this case, you would streamline, setting up services so you can sell loan care as a service, things like that. If you maybe are setting up a service department within your company, this could be a good way to do that, because then you can set up appliance repair, like a service repair, things like that. Then that can also be set up here as well. You can build out that catalog and different types of services. You can choose whether or not you want to enable this. If you want to enable it, you will need like business hours and things like that. And we're going to move on to the project section. This would be sort of then integrated with Zoho project, but essentially this would then connect and migrate the two platforms together. So you can see, overall viewpoints on tasks and milestones and things like that. You also have analytics if you want to see analytics. Now, this is really the dashboard that a lot of people care about when it comes to CRMs. You can see lead generation targets, right? So you can see that little metric of like how close we are, what are the revenue targets, what is the revenue this month, deals in the pipeline, overall accounts. You can get more view from like Zoho Analytics, but this is just within Zoho CRM. As you can also see leads by source, you can see how many were from a cold calls, advertisement, external referrals, online website or store, web download, total open amount, deals won, revenue won. So you can see as an overall viewpoint, where's your business out at, who's the deal owner in the total. We also have other different types of systems inside Zoho CRM. So we went through reports. You can also set up all the different products. So you can go ahead and create a product that you want to sell. You can add in products. You can also add in quotes. So we're going to go ahead and leave that page there. You also have sales orders. So you can see if there's a purchase order. Now, quote, sales orders, invoices, they're all fairly similar in terms of the overall layout, and look just depends on, like, obviously these are issued to the vendor. You can go ahead and configure that too. We also have different campaigns if you're going to be setting up marketing campaigns. Again, if you are going to be doing that, that's primarily if you're going to be, setting this up. I would say realistically, that's going to be more so if you're going to be setting things up with additional advertising platforms externally, or if you like to track them there as well, you can do that too. Moving along, we also have different vendors. If we want to keep tracking of vendors, add vendors, so you can create vendor list in here too and view all the different vendors that you have created. You also have price books too. If you have, price books as far as the goods that are inside your organization, you can add a price book name and set up a price model depending on what you are doing in your business. You also have a document section, a solution section. This would be like case study, case solution, or things that are, help solving reoccurring problems with certain customers. So it's nice that you can create these modules and easily have this set up. You can also set up forecast as well, track different sales targets and things like that within this tool, as well as overall visitor tracking. Now, I'm not going to be focusing on that here in today's video. This is something that you would see more so in the enterprise premium plan, not necessarily available on every plan. That might be useful to you. Also have the document section where you can easily then go ahead and upload and add documents to your CRM platform. You could also opt to use the work drive, which is Zoho sort of like Google Drive type setup, if you're going to be adding in some files that you want to save to your account as well. And you can even go in and create new custom modules in here as well. If you have other things you need to create, you can do that manually here. If you have maybe anything else that's custom that you need in your business, sort of outside the traditional tabs that we already have. But again, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video here today, going over a quick beginner's guide to Zoho CRM. There really are a lot of different tools inside Zoho CRM for you to get set up with. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.